Hello, guys. Hope everybody is doing good. Hope everybody is having a very nice technical difficulties right away. Sorry about that. Hope you guys are doing fine. I'm back with you again, right? Excited to be here. Excited to share the knowledge. Excited to talk about forex. Meh. Excited to talk about indices. Excited to talk about myself if you guys are interested to hear. But I'm watching Euro USD right now a little bit because I have a long entry. Nothing special, nothing too fancy, just a 15 minutes fair value gap holding in the price. Inversion happening. We have an order block as well, so I went long. I'm gonna wait it out if we get to the previous day high. So we're gonna be glancing to Euro USD a little bit, but hi everyone. Hope you guys, how to say, had a good time waiting for me. I hope you appreciate the fact that I'm rested, that I'm with a new energy. And hello Tiger. Oh Mantas Lavas. How's Malta doing? How's the weather there? Thomas, hello to you too. Oh, fun stuff. We're gonna begin in a few minutes. I'm just kind of trying to wrap myself around the fact that I'm back, because I don't want the excitement to rush me into talking something silly for you guys. So, and we're here to trade as well, right? So we have to keep the nerves calm. We have to keep ourselves in place. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking now, if we're gonna still continue pushing towards that previous day high, I'm not sure, but I'm just holding on to this, okay? Better now than Ignas is here. Oh, hello Edgaros as well. Happy to be here. So, I guess let's start with what we do every single time we go live, right? So very quickly, very shortly, um, dollar index, buy side targets, beautiful delivery. I'm happy with what we got. Looking at a little bit of retracement now. I would love to see that. I'm gonna show you why I would love to see that on indices as well. So a little bit of retracement into 105, 800s probably, something like that. That would be awesome. That would be appreciated, right? The only fact that I don't like about today is that we didn't trade into this 1 hour fair value gap, or did we? No, we did not, right? Trading into it would bring us above midnight to go short. Mm, Not sure. I'm not sure. But something to be looking at, right? Something to be looking for. Um, oh, feels good to be back. But Euro USD, we're just trading into that massive order block, 3 candles, one in the morning, midnight, and 11 p.m. yesterday. So that order block is holding in the price. 15 minutes chart is holding in the price, and we entered from that 5 minutes inversion. Um, I'm not positive what will happen here because it's forex. Forex has been incredibly annoying the whole year so far, but we'll see. We'll see. GBP USD exactly the same. Yes, our bias is still bearish on both Euro USD and GBP. I'm not switching it long term, right? The only thing we have to keep in mind that we're looking to trade intraday, right? So intraday, I would love some buy side to be taken even more. Is this a short inversion? We could call for it, but I would love us to retrace higher before pushing sell side again, right? I'm glancing to my right as well. Sorry for that, but I have a few more charts open on my right hand side. But we're good. We're good here. So let's go to what we gather, I guess, right away. Without further ado, as they say, right? So Nasdaq, S&P. Start with 1 hour, just to make our lives easier, right? Few orders happened that I showed you guys as well. Traded both ES and NQ today, and I'm $30 down. So I'm gonna have to explain myself, right? But very quickly, daily fair value gap resting above the price. We have to tag it at least to continue any lower. And then we had the SMTs yesterday, but those SMTs are gone, so this is just probably gonna be a very nice push to the upside before we continue lower as a retracement, right? So I'm just trying to figure out the range itself. What about that? And the range for yes is a little bit different, right? So I'm just gonna keep it here and I'm gonna talk over. If you want to take notes, please do. But ranges are a little bit different because we have two different fair value gap setups in a way, right? So you take a note that let's see if was a higher high or not. So 5185.5, 51. So we have a double top here and we have a swing high right here, kind of, right? But we entered that 1 hour fair value gap on NQ and yes, we didn't. So the structure isn't exactly the same, right? We have some leeway in terms of that. But premium is top of that daily fair value gap. I would love this to remain open. So notes 10 a.m. On what was it? Monday? Yeah, 10 a.m. Monday. I would love this to remain open. I would love this to see not traded to, just so we get a even stronger push to the downside. Yeah, downside is my objective. Yeah. So trade itself, I'm gonna show you later. Let's do this to keep it clean for you guys. Sell side taken on both. Buy stops ran through on both. What we can be looking for is love that daily fair value gap. That's the only thing I'm gonna be considering for now. Up until that point, until we get into equilibrium, I'm not too excited for shorts, let's say. But notice 115, something around that is premium. So we have a nice 5-minute fair value gap on ES. Looking at NQ, exactly the same, 115. So we're gonna see if we can play around with it. If we can find anything we can work with on that, right? And yeah, happy to be back, guys. Hope you guys are doing fine. Hope you hope you guys are having fun and then are well and staying safe in terms of not going too crazy on your charts. But the only thing I wanted to say is that we're back on that funded account, right? So we're gonna be trading with that funded account. 104 right now. I'm just looking at the other monitor, how Euro USD is doing. We're all good right there. So we're gonna be trading with that just to see if we're gonna get a pass. If we won't, it's gonna be interesting. So yeah, 5 more minutes until the markets are opening up. Let's start looking at what we being brought with. So we have a new week opening, new day opening gap, sorry, and a 1 hour fair value gap that just in the price. So very simply, guys, we're gonna be looking for more structure now. I like this kind of beginning of the consolidation, right? So the range itself here on ES, here on an NQ. Gonna be interesting how we work with that, but now I'm waiting for the price to get into premium. So the real trading starts when we get to it, right? Because then we can actually go short, use full on leverage. We haven't done for a while. You saw me throughout last week, this week as well. I'm just placing one contract per order. Love to work with 3, 4. That's just something I'm used to, but I can't the elevated risk. So going short from here, possible as well, but I won't touch the charts until we get to 10 a.m. just to make my life a little bit easier and to play it on the safe side, because I have 2 winning days in a row right now, which I'm very happy with. So I don't want to mess with that too much, and I'd love just to get 1 shot, 1 kill today, and just continue that good streak. Yeah. Look what I got, coconut water, but fake, just like you can get in a supermarket. Sorry, I'm watching that other monitor that I have because I'm still in that Euro US 0.75% up. On the trade, haven't pushed that 5 minute fair value gap. So I'm just monitoring. As soon as we push that through, I'm a much happier human being right away. But yeah, stop loss to break even. It's going through my thoughts right now, but I'm not too shabby about it. And we have an SMT on ESNQ. So for your notes right away, SMT, this push to the downside is not random at all. Why? Because we're not creating higher highs on ES. Alright? So let's see if it runs even lower. For what? Can't see yet. So to go through this one more time, right? I haven't watched the charts on my computer for a while. You guys probably noticed it. I'm just gonna close on that Euro USD because I want to focus. I think you guys noticed as well. I was just trading off my phone last 10-12 days or so. Not recommended. Must be delicious to choose when you dranky, but it is, man. I'm going mental today. Okay, just quickly. Charts and markets are opening up in 1 minute. So watch this. If we leave this fair value gap open, that might push the price to the upside. You see that possible 15-minute fair value gap at 9 a.m., right? So watch that carefully. 5 minutes, nothing important. I'm just gonna let the range open itself, show its hand, and I'll just continue talking, right? So yeah, I'm going mental today. For those that are just joining in, Domas knows a little bit more because we've been chatting with Domas a lot lately. So I've been on a, what's the name? I've been, sorry, just making sure Euro USD is closed on every account, which is certain. Okay. So I've been on a Ayurvedic Panchakarma retreat the last 12 days, yeah, since Friday not the last, but last week, right? And I'm good. I'm energized. I'm feeling awesome. But the retreat itself was interesting, let's say, right? So for 6 days in a row, breakfast starting with a shot of ghee, which just pushed me to the limit, let's say, in terms of what kind of feelings I would have, both emotionally on my body, because it just. So why you drink ghee, right? Let's maybe go there. You drink ghee because in those 6 days you want to collect all the toxins into your liver, into your gut, and so on and so forth, right? And then on the seventh day you have a purge where you try to flush it down, right? Because you just collected everything into one place, and you just try to go let it go on the other end, right? So 6 days, those 6 days are the toughest part. At least it was for me. For different people, it's quite different. Goda went through a very different experience. So I'm just gonna talk about mine. So my experience was that it was a very rough 6 days drinking ghee, and I would feel it on my body. I would feel it in my mind as well. Irritated. I was unhappy. I was tired. I was slow. I couldn't work out. Even like simplest yoga was hard for me. Breathing exercises were hard. It was rough. But on those 6 days, you get some food. You get soups. You have a little bit of rice from time to time as well, just to keep you alive, just to keep you energized, right? And on day 7, you do the purge, which in the morning you wake up, you pray, and after the prayer, you get a magic pill, which you eat. You go to a sauna for like 15 minutes, and once that sauna finishes, you kind of get like a very big herbal drink, which also is a bit nasty, but the herbal drink is just to keep you alive in a way. But that pill makes you go. So I went to the bathroom about 18 times in 3 hours or so. Goda went to the bathroom over 40 times. So that's why I'm saying that I had a very different experience. My experience was that the 6 days were very tough and the purge was quite easy for me. But other people have quite easy 6 days of ghee, but their purges are insane. So Goda had an insanely hard purge itself, right? And after the purge, the nice part starts. So you start eating food, start working out a little bit, they have variety of yogas to choose from. You start going into harder yoga sessions. You get very nice massages performed by 2 people, oil running all over you, and so on and so forth. So it's cool. I think it's cool, not in terms of eating healthy, purging, cleaning yourself, and so on, but it's just a very interesting way of relaxing your mind. Because one thing, you don't care about anything else but yourself. Second thing, there's nothing to care about as well because you don't have to make any food, you don't have to plan your day, you're just literally busy doing things day in, day out. And just overall, yeah, it's not for everyone. That's for sure. But I was kind of just tagging along because my girlfriend wanted to do this, and I was just tagging along as a support, let's say. And just very shortly, watch this 1 minute chart bullshit. Nothing good is happening here. So keep this in mind, right? Double bottom on NQ. So this is being run through, which is cool. Sell side taken. I'm gonna be interested now to see what happens next. So sell side taken, know that. But yeah, so overall I'm good. I'm very rested. I'm very happy to be back. I have tons of ideas that I want to share with you. One of the bigger topics today was my entry strategy overall, and I will want to go through a few things that I do day in, day out in terms of preparation. because I saw a few of you guys just kind of doing too much, let's say. Because trading should be much easier than that what you're going through. The prep part, the backtesting part, that's where you should be focused. Not on executing, not on trading daily. So have a few touching points on that written down for myself, so we're gonna go through, but I wanna see the opening range fully, so I won't do this now, okay? We're gonna do it maybe probably after 11, or maybe at like 10:30 or so. I'm not sure, but we won't do it right away. But too many buts. Oh my god. Yeah, that's my experience with Pachakarma. I'm good. I'm happy to be back. I'm excited, guys. I'm excited for you as well, because a lot of good things are happening in the markets also. I see a lot of you performing as well. I'm very happy about that. And yeah, opening range, a little bit more of chit chat. I'm gonna grab a sip of water as well in a second, and we're gonna watch the opening range, and we're gonna look for positions at 10 a.m. So give me a sec, okay? I'm back at work now also, so I've started today early. Yeah. So just making sure everything is all right. Nobody's waiting for me, or nobody's getting frustrated by me being blind for a few hours. So it's like it's all good. So welcome for those who just got here. We're looking at the two main indices that we're trading, E-mini S&P and E-mini Nasdaq futures. We're trading on a Apex funded challenge account, which is a fake account of 100k. Our balance is at 104 right now. Let me check. What's the actual balance? 104,051, which is cool, which is good. Yeah, we're gonna be trading that, and we're gonna be executing on a few possible setups, mainly YouTube 2022, mainly SMTs into 1 minute inversions, sometimes 5 minute inversions, sometimes other chart inversions, but SMTs into inversions. And I started showing a lot of what is it? A lot of OTE trades, optimal trade entry, optimal trade entry trades for you guys. So I guess I hope you appreciate that. And we had a very interesting trade on Monday as well, right? That this is what I want to talk about today. So I won't touch it just yet, or should we? Because this is just boring. Let me know, guys, in the chat. You want me to talk about how I trade, or you want me to watch the charts for now with you? Let me know what you prefer, okay? Happy to do both. Maybe let's talk about charts at 10 a.m. We have 20 minutes so you can review trades. Yeah, that's what we will do then, right? Let me do a few things then. Pew, pew. I got a light as well. So let's do just that, right? I see even more people joining in, so I'm just watching one thing, which is good. Okay. See more people joining in, so welcome, welcome. And by the way, where's the background music? I don't know how to play it. I would love to do that, but man, I just need to. I'm just focused on trading now. So, yeah, welcome everybody. Welcome to Daily Pips. We're going live every single day when I'm able to, right? Sorry about that when I don't perform, but we're trying to go live every single day. We trade futures, we trade forex as well, but mainly futures. And I wanted to talk. Let me get my notes. My notes are here. I wanted to talk about quite a few things actually, but mainly about the work I go through when I'm actually looking for positions, why I actually open the trades. And I think we talk about this nonstop, and every time we gather together, we talk about high probability setups, right? And high probability setups are the ones that you should be looking to take day in, day out. If you're not able to find high probability setups, literally you should be avoiding to trade at all. And this is what I wanted to talk, because I saw a lot of you guys performing in a market that isn't high probability, which makes your life a lot more difficult, let's say. Because in my opinion, then stuff like, am I entering a good trade? Is the model right? Am I able to trust this or not? And so on and so forth. And I'm looking at the charts and I'm seeing an SMT that I want to come into. Double bottom and Q, watch this, right? So watch if this pushes the market to the upside or it doesn't, right? But I wanted to talk about high probability setups, so let's do that, okay? So a lot of things has to happen before you actually look at the chart, right? On ICT, and I rarely do this, but ICT calls it sentiment, right? He looks for actual market sentiment, meaning reads the news, he tries to understand the WAR situation in the world. He tries to understand who's sending drones at which neighbor, and so on and so forth. He's looking at the world in terms of a risk factor for the possibility and legitimacy of the setups, right? Meaning that since COVID started, which is what? 1, 2, 3, 4th year, right? Holy. Since COVID started, risk is elevated. Why? COVID. Then WAR in Eastern Europe. Then WAR somewhere else. WAR in another place right now, and so on and so forth. I'm not saying that word because sometimes YouTube doesn't like it. Sorry about it. Basically, risk is elevated all the time for the last 4 years, because the influence on the markets compared to what we had with happenings in the world last 10 years is not comparable. Nothing similar to what is happening in the world right now was happening beforehand, let's say, because of how global everything is, because of how accessible everything is, because of how information flows itself, right? So risk is elevated. So we have to keep that in mind. But let's go through what I do in terms of picking a right setup and high probability setup after I kind of understand the market sentiment itself, right? So the market itself is being driven, at least for us, by the interest rate. Interest rates are performing and performing, right? If interest rates are being pushed to the upside, US Treasury bonds go lower. With US Treasury bonds going lower, we're interested in to see dollar indexes going higher. Right? Dollar index going higher means what? It means that we're being in a risk off scenario on index futures, meaning we're looking for short opportunity, right? I'm not going to open up the chart here, but if you take a look at the rally to the downside on index futures, you're going to see that it's totally correlated together with this move to the downside on if you would take a look at the downside move on the treasury bonds, you're gonna see that it is directly correlated with this move to the downside on index futures, which is, for me, it's lovely. That's all I'm looking at, right? But few things that I want to mention about high probability setup again, right? Is that first thing you need to know, aside sentiment, aside understanding what is happening around you overall, is which way should I go? Is assessing your psychology, assessing what you just went through today, assessing what happened at work, time did you wake up, assessing in terms of journaling it and maybe taking a look what happened last 3 times when you came to the chart in a rushed manner, unprepared, let's say, not focused. And after you do that, we go into the technical stuff that I love talking about. So first thing that you need to figure out is you need to figure out a bias. And we all know that, okay, we not all know this, but I always talk about that the markets are being drawn to 2 different places. Markets move because they're being drawn into inefficiencies such as volume imbalances right here, right? Volume imbalances right here, or fair value gaps, which are just failures of the market to do its paintbrush job, right? And paintbrush analogy, I have a few videos about that done already. If you want to know more about the painting and how Picasso of the markets work, let me know as well. But the analogy is that the market have to be smooth, and if the painter fails to go through a few spots like here, right, it creates a fair value gap which the market has to come back into it, which sounds quite easy to understand, but we miss it a lot. And I feel we miss it a lot because a lot of us don't focus on higher time frame chart. So I'm looking at a daily chart actually a lot more lately because I understand more and more that looking at the daily chart gives me the real direction. And looking at the daily chart gives me a draw on liquidity that I need to see before even thinking about any kind of set, right? And the whole week after we failed to hold the price in this daily fair value gap, we inverted it. We were looking for sell side to be brought in for, right? When we know that, when we made a decision on that, how do we make it? Some of you are more advanced, so you can do that on your own. For some of you, it's still a little bit tough to realize how the markets are being run, how the algo runs the things, how the algo hunts for people's stop losses and orders overall, right? It's fine, but just understand 2 things, that the markets are being moved not randomly. They're being moved with a reason, and that reason is to get towards liquidity or to get to a fair value, right? But when we know the bias, when we understand what we're looking for as a draw on liquidity, whether it is a stop out, run on stops, or whether it is fair value, we're looking for power of 3, right? Power of 3 in terms of accumulation, manipulation, and distribution. right? And every time we look at a candle print, we always see market opening up, market, let's say if it's a bullish day, pushing to the downside, accumulating initially at the opening, manipulation to the different side than the market is actually going towards to, and then the distribution stage, which usually brings us to the bullishness. It's right. I'm just ranting about in a way, but I wanted to talk about this, right? The second part of the setup that you have to realize is that to make the setup high probability, you have to find power of three concept in the market happening itself, right? So a perfect example of that was Monday, where we were looking for lower prices, but look what happened after the market opened up here. Market was accumulating. Accumulation usually means consolidation, just like we have right here. The market was manipulated towards what? Towards a 1 hour fair value gap level, and not only that, we took buy stops here, right? Power of three. Power of three on paper also could be called as a Judas swing. As a Judas swing in terms of a market giving a fake move against the draw on liquidity, just like we have right here, right? Fake move towards the other side of the marketplace, right? So I'm mentioning three things already. I'm mentioning draw on liquidity, I'm mentioning fair value, and I'm mentioning power of three concept. The only thing you have to understand in power of three is that before the real move happens, usually market offers a fake out. In our terms, we call it the Judas swing, right? But we have to realize that participating in that fake out usually is very hurtful. Try to avoid that. So, one more time. Draw on liquidity has to be very clear. Power of three and the fake out move. Once we realize that that is happening, what is all something that I will always talk about as well. We're looking for a trade or the model itself of the entry to pan out in a time that is predictable. Why I say predictable, let's say, because there are certain times that the chart moves in a way that we can predict more compared to other times of the day. Right? Chart moves in exactly the same manner throughout the day, whether it is 2 in the morning, whether it is 2 in daytime or 10 in the evening, it doesn't matter. But price is a lot more precise and more predictable at the certain times when the algo is running the price with intention. That is usually the kill zones that we trade, right? So the fourth, say, piece of the puzzle is time of day that we want to see price doing certain things. For example, making a Judas thing as a fake out. Right? Sorry about that. So already 4 very big pillars, right? In terms of that's deep, and I really like what you're saying. I appreciate you saying that. Sorry about this, but yeah. I don't know, guys, if you noticed, but my mind is a little bit all over the place, and it's not that I'm saying that it's wrong or something, but I'm just feeling like it, which is weird because I haven't been focusing on one thing for a while, right? I haven't worked for 2 weeks basically, right? So it's a little bit hard to focus. My mind is all over the place. But you see how slowly I approach the market already in terms of not allowing myself just to sit down and just press the button because I see something panning out, right? And you see my chart already, you probably know where I'm going with this. Where I'm going with this is that before the model is a possibility, you have to realize the fact that there's a lot of pillars It has to align before that. Let's put it to the example that I always say. Let's talk to a computer. Right? Drawn liquidity, totally explainable. Power of 3, easily explainable. Move against the drawn liquidity as Judas swing. Can you explain that to computer? Yes, you can, for sure. Time of the day, easier than a human being, right? What I'm bringing this into is that every single if scenario is very easily explainable, but it's very hard for us as human beings to understand that because sometimes we just decide to skip it. I do that also. Sometimes we decide not to wait for something to happen. I do that also, right? And so on and so forth. But only then, and only then, when we know the drawn liquidity, when we have the expectations, and we are playing with that waiting game, we look at the model itself, right? And myself, I have 2 models that I mainly traded for you guys. YouTube 2022, which is a model that Michael presented for the public in 2022, and the SMT into inversion, which is something that I've been working with for the last 4 years, day in, day out, on every single market. And it works day in, day out, and it never stops, right? So for a model of YouTube 2022, which we got right here to pan out, we have a few certain things as well. So if you're doing that, if then, we're at like 0.7 already. For that model to pan out, first thing what we need is a drawn liquidity to happen, which you see here, we're at 18348.25. Draw liquidity at this level is that 1 hour for value gap, that's for sure, but we have buy stops resting above. And for the model to start with a swing, with a power of 3 move, with a certain drawn liquidity below the marketplace, we need a certain kill zone to show a drawn liquidity, meaning a push to the fair value gap, or even a push to buy side above. Just had above this. Initial stage happens. Bam, we have the buy side taken, right? Is it a good time to trade? On paper, yes it is, because we kind of talked that we can trade from about 7 a.m. until noon, right? Me personally, I would definitely suggest you to do this for 10 a.m. only, which makes it a lot better. You're gonna notice. Second thing, after buy side is being taken for this example, is when we're looking for shorts, right? We need a break of structure to happen. Break of structure usually is a move against a swing low, right? So we can talk about this swing low, but when you see this, right, this move to the upside, what are very clean lows? This is very clean, this is very clean, this is very clean as well. So I know this swing low, and I say to myself, as soon as this swing low is broken, the market is shifting. The market is showing its hand not only with taking a buy side and crashing to the downside, showing its hand with a break of structure while it's going below a most recent swing low in the price action itself. Market is showing its hand with a move below it with an opened fair value gap, which shows intention, which shows an impulse, which is like a call on your mobile saying, listen, take a look at me. Not only I took away double top, not only I took a swing low, I show energy here. One thing we know that when we see energy like this, failure happens with the painter, and Picasso just failed, so market has to draw back into it, right? But we're not looking for market to go any higher because buy side is already taken. Swing low happened, which breaks this structure. Looking, go short in here, right? When I know that, literally wait, and I wait for a push of a button. Here would be a short, right? Two things I take a look before I do that as well. Oh, I have people walking behind me. Two things I take a look before I do that again is what is my drawn liquidity, which is yes, sell side resting below, but what is my drawn liquidity that I could be aiming for, right? You see these? Bum, 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 bum. This is something you can be aiming for easily. And when I notice that, I start kind of calculating if the trade that I'm gonna take is gonna be worth it. I always set the stop loss above the candle that creates the fair value gap. That's every time. And we take a look, okay, if I take this position, do I get 1-to-1? I'd never touch the market if I get less than 1-to-1. It's just not for me. And if you take a position which I just drawn for you, you do get 1-to-1, but it's a little bit awful. Why I say this is a perfect example again, why I say to wait for 10 a.m. Look at what you get right away when you do it at 10 a.m. You're almost at 1-to-2 random. Not saying that you can get it every time, right? But not only that, 10 a.m. also runs through buy stops here, right? Bim bam, which is just amazing, which is just awesome. So from a higher time frame, drawn liquidity, where is it? Fake out move, where is it? Judas swing, we just got it. Did it get to the liquidity? Yes, not only took us to a 1 hour fair value gap, it also took buy stops. Do we have a certain structure that we want to break? Yes, we have a swing low. Do we have a fair value? Do we have energy and impulse? Who's getting through it? Yes, we do. You close your eyes, you go short. Very simple. Something I want to show. From yesterday, though, is a different setup compared to YouTube 2022. This is becoming a long rant, but this is the exactly same setup in terms of, we talked about 1 hour / 15 5 minutes chart on NQ. We're looking at a what? 1 minute chart. We're gonna be looking at a 1 minute chart here in a small bit. Not ES, sorry. I wanted to show NQ ES from yesterday. Yes. Yeah. Again, drawn liquidity. Sell side? Yes. Not a problem. We can trade both ways because we're looking at the market in, how to say, as a very fluent thing in terms of offerings. However, that sounds day in, day out, right? So yes, we had a drawn liquidity to the downside, but what happens here? We have sell side taken. And not only market does that, market also takes out the swing high. Have you heard it before? Probably did. We don't enter here though. When you're not entering from here. If even it retraces, you're not entering it. Why? Because we don't have a very clean drawn liquidity. Yes, you can target this. Yes, you can target that, right? But we're not entering it, not only because of that, we're not entering it because it's 6 a.m. But price is booked. Two things I'm noting right away. We have a fair value gap. Not only that, we have an inversion as well. For value gap, I'm gonna leave it aside. I'm gonna stick to the inversion itself, right? What are the markets doing? Push to the downside. I'm not interested in going short just yet. So for value gap, inversion, break of structure after this taken. You enter? No, we don't. Why? Because we don't. This, yeah, you could say this is my draw on liquidity. Why not? Yeah, but you're not getting any entries here on that. another buy side resting above here. You're not getting any entries. What the market does right before it opens up? Double top. We were looking yesterday. I was literally talking about it like nonstop. That even though time frame bias is going lower, we need to retrace, offer more liquidity before lower, right? Looking for a retracement, just like I am looking for a retracement to the upside today, right? A double top. Double tops never stay in the market. People go short here. Everybody who saw this, yay, double top, supply demand, elephants, whatever. That. Everybody is happy to go short here. What we look for is we're looking at the price to do exactly the same as we for the price doing on 1 hour chart. We're looking for manipulation, accumulation, manipulation, distribution, power 3. Accumulation, where we accumulate a double top never stays in. Manipulation, when does it happen? It even happens when the market is open. We never want to hold a position during the market open because it's a very manipulative state of the day, time of the day, right? Where does it manipulate into? 1 fair value gap. How beautiful is that, right? Watch even closer. We have a fair value gap here. We do. But what else do we have? I'm zooming in a lot now. We have a fair value gap that breaks the market. Bam. This is a broken market structure. What do we do with YouTube 2022? We target interesting above. We know that this can be filled, right? I'll leave it very nasty, but I'll leave it here. We know that this can be filled. We don't mind that because we have a what? 1 to 2.5 risk reward, easy, and you can go risk free as well very quickly right after you go through the new day opening gap, right? And what I just showed you is an A times A plus plus setup, because not only this aligns with higher time frame bias, not only it is aligning with the power of 3 concept, the accumulation, manipulation to the downside, distribution where we want to participate. It also gives you a possibility of a choice. You can enter here. Why? Because this is a model. We have an SMD with ES, with a inversion. You can be entering here, but I'm waiting it out. I don't mind waiting it out because what kind of setup am I getting here? It's lovely. It's beautiful. I don't really even remember what I just went through this last half an hour, but I hope you appreciate this. I hope you kind of see a little bit more on what I look for in the market and how I look for it, and you see how slowly I do that and how not much of a rush I have when I do that. And literally we are in a trading session for an hour and I haven't even much looked at the charts itself also, in a way. But yeah, one more time, take it slow, have conviction, and have a set of rules that you follow. If you don't follow rules, 2 things are happening. 1, you don't know what you're doing. 2nd, you don't know when you don't know what you're doing. What I'm trying to say is that when you're not following anything, you can't judge yourself because you don't have any data. But when you put a set of rules, whatever rule could be a 1 rule. I'm opening a trade when sun is shining. Whatever bullshit rule it, right? You can judge and you can have statistics. How many winners you have when the sun is shining, and how many winners you you lose, right? You understand what I'm saying? Basically, what I'm trying to say is that you need a set of rules not only to improve, to be profitable, yada yada. First thing why you need a set of rules is so you can track yourself, so you can have data and you can actually improve. Because making new models, coming up with new strategies, learning from me, yada yada, yes, of course, for sure, that's helpful. But without data, you can't improve yourself. Yourself as not on your own, but yourself as a human being. Literally, because otherwise you're gonna be just guessing yourself. Perfect example is me, right? I have a profitable strategy, 4 strategies actually. Do I trust them? Yes. Do I trust them statistically? Yes. Is there a chance of them to failing? Yes. There's a chance that I'm gonna lose 800 positions in a row, which would literally bring me to a blown account. But did you hear what I just say? You need to lose 800 positions to lose an account, which is just... Some people don't open 800 positions through a lifetime. I need to open and lose 800 positions in a row to blow an account. Literally never gonna happen. So, hope you like this. I hope you enjoyed this. Let me take a sip of water, and we're gonna be looking for possible entries in a bit, okay? So, let's see. Notebook to the side, 5 minutes chart. What are we working with? So that 1 hour for value gap, right? And Q. Is it too much for me to still wish for buys here? Or is it me being me, was renting too much, missing a position already? So let's take a look. Let's be honest with 10 a.m., right? Bum. Is there a possible trade? This could have... No, there's no trade that I missed. 10. Would never go short here. No trade that I missed neither. So let's do this. We have 1 hour. Bum bum. Putting in discount. Literally, if we invert this, I'm going long. And I'm gonna choose the lesser devil of it in terms of risk. So whichever will give me less risk for an entry, I'm gonna go with it. We ran away from the opening range. I like that. Bum bum bum. I like this. I like the fact that we're trading in that 1 hour for value gap. I would love that one though to just hold in the price. Pushing a little bit too low for me, for my liking. Structure on ES is a lot more reasonable for me. The 2 minutes, 1 minute. let's just stick to this. Yeah, just like I said yesterday, for me this is too much into a discount for look for shorts, and I didn't see any short. Looking at this, let's take a look. Wow. Yeah, you could have gone short. No, why? Because we have an SMT, right? SMT here with NQ inversion. You go short, targeting that 1 hour for value gap here. Lovely trade. Yeah, you could have gone short. So we're getting SMTs now, which I love. This is why I'm noting that 1 minute for value gap. I would love an SMT to start pushing the price to the upside. And Q looks a lot stronger because it failed to go lower, right? It indicates that it's a lot stronger than ES. So I'm shifting towards ES as a possible trade. Let's take a look now here. What would be, let's say, maximum risk? 7.5, 4, 22. Okay. And here we would be looking at, oh yeah, NQ. I'm loving it. Oh yeah. This ought to be nice. Just gonna leave it there. If we get it, of course. If we get it. Lovely close on that Euro USD on my end though. Yeah, we ran some liquidity through, but we didn't get to my target and it's now crashing below. It's crashing below the price I closed the trade in, so it's lovely. Come on, come on. Oh, I took a few trades today also. I wanted to show you. $30 down on the eval account. 30 fake dollars down. How are you guys though? Did you participate in anything already? What's up on your end? I've been talking for an hour, so let me know how are you? Take a look at Euro USD though, 5-minute chart. It's a very nice market maker sell model panning out. It's very nice. Let me show you. Dollar broke the structure. Didn't give a normal entry though. Yeah, this is nice. Failed to take yesterday's high though. This is what I was aiming for, right? And we closed somewhere around here. But initial consolidation. First stage of distribution. Consolidation. Second stage of distribution. Smart money reversal. Right? Did we get an entry here? I won't judge. I want to go to indices, but watch this. Resting below. Resting below. So, nothing happening yet. Just a little bit of waiting. It can easily just continue lower, but going short from here, for me, not reasonable. We're way too deep. I think for the first. Come on, come on, come on. Yeah. We've been, the thing is, so I won't go into detail on 1 hour chart, but if you just open up your 1 hour chart while you're listening to me, take a look at how many times we took buy stops recently and how much sell side we're running through, right? Buy side has to come. That's what I'm basing this on, in a way. I might be wrong, but me being wrong means I lose 20 handles, which I don't care. I don't like how we're staying in this. But the prices, iffy, let's say, today, because we don't have any news drivers today, I think, right? It didn't deliver fully to where I wanted it to deliver. Just, yeah. And no more SMTs. Then I'm 1 hour still holding it, right? So what is Nasdaq doing? Did this order block as well, right? Last down close candle before the move happened. If so, interestingly, so note this, right? So what I would love to see, kind of, if we go lower from here. It is a possibility. It sounds a little bit iffy for me even to say it out loud, but set taken by set resting above. If one of them runs through and SMT is there, if both run through, we're just gonna crash. We're just gonna crash. But yeah. But I would need to see an SMT. Maybe Nasdaq goes through, ES fails, then it's a very high probability buy setup right away. But right now, did I go long here? No reason why not. A setup is a setup. Which one do we pick though? Which devil pick? Huh? And I'm already not in a trade, so that I could be in. You could have just pressed buy button as this candle opened with ease. Now this makes it a little bit difficult because of how big of a stop loss we would be using, but I like those buys being offered. I very much do. You guys should be in a trade though, because I was just messing around too much. Let's see now. Don't want to chase it. Don't want to fuck around and chase this. Not for me. Mm. Ay. Too bad, huh? $28 handles. Let's do that probably. I don't like the fact that it will be 28 handles though, but yeah. I don't like the risk on this though. I'm in it because it's a model. How do I pick FBGs? Good question. Two very different possibilities, right? Easiest ones after SMTs. So imagine that, just like we had before, imagine this doesn't exist, right? Imagine that we didn't trade here. So we had an SMT. And if we would have just pushed through, that's the fair value gap that you're working with, right? You just want this to be broken and you enter right away. Stop loss goes below. 20 handles ish, easy trade. Right here, it's a little bit different because then it kind of. So I'm trying to gather my thoughts because it's a little bit hard to explain because I haven't gone through this with you. But Edgar's, I don't know if you're here. Edgar's knows about V formations, right? We have a V formation here. We have a V formation here. Right? What do I mean by that? We have a fair value gap going lower and we have fair value gap on going higher, right? It creates a V formation. What you want to see, you don't want this to be the price to touch it. The further away we go from this, the better. And how to say, you don't want retracement into here. That just indicates weakness. It's very nice indication on a strong market is when the V formation is just being left open. Now, why I'm saying this? Because I've seen like, don't even know how many of these bad boys, right? So this I don't want to be touched. Where's the next fair value gap that gave structure to the market, right? Because you want fair value gaps that are holding the market in its place. So this was a fair value gap. So when you see this right away, if a fair value gap like this gets broken, you call it inverted because you're not. I just heard news. News? I don't know what is it, but you want to see the fair value gap that held the market into the place being broken. We say inverted, but otherwise it's just this fair value gap held the price to go lower, and then it held in, bam, it got broken. Inversion right away. And I picked this one because I don't want the market going any lower than here. I'm not interested because I know that when we get the V formation usually has to remain open for the market to really push to the upside. If this gets touched, I think we don't get as high. We're just gonna trade into equilibrium, 50% level, or find a 5-minute fair value gap, and we're just gonna stop there. But if this remains open, the market is just gonna go. Yeah. Edgar should be valid as we even have an embellishment like the only worry are not come from any good PDR. I agree. That's why I like the structure on ES a little bit more, because ES is trading in a 1 hour for value gap. So NQ on paper is a little bit random. A joke when I use that. This is literally, this is a little bit random because the real trade is on ES, but I like risk reward on NQ a lot more, so that's why I'm in NQ. Very simply. And you see how this is remaining open? If this remains open, I'm just holding for the daily high. What were those beeping noises though in my headset? I think we just got news released. But yeah, Arnas, I hope this answers you. Which fair value gaps I pick as inverted fair value gaps, right? Because yeah, you can go long from this easily, but I'm not interested in it because I'm not interested in this being touched even, right? This is where the market changed this way. This is where the market broke because that held the price in to go lower, and it literally broke. It didn't hold the market anymore. It kind of, okay, gassed out. Didn't have enough energy. Whatever you say, right? But yeah, I picked the inversion that fails. I picked the inversion to be in the place where our fair value gap fails. Yeah. I don't like the risk on this trade at all, though. This is just too big for me. A problem with trading, E-mini. The contract is too big on NQ. The contract is just too big on NQ. And I can't add to this neither because I'm looking around a little bit, right? Optimal trade. Muy bien. I have an order block that I mentioned before. This was mentioned. I don't trade order blocks down, but OTE plus order block, right? And we can kind of trust the fact that ES is trading in that 1 hour fair value gap as well. So 1 minute. I don't like this. This is something I don't like. The higher fair value gap also has an OB inside. The higher fair value gap has a order block inside. Correct. Last down close candles before the move to. So let me do this. Order block from higher time frame. Okay. Let me remove for now these. This is an order block. So let's do this. This is an order block. These down close candles. Yep. This is clean though. And that now when I took a look at that 15 minutes, I like this, but I don't like the risk still. 500. This is massive. This is way too much for me. 30 handles. I don't like that we went in this. That means for me usually it means that it won't be that, not how to say energetic, but it just might go to the equilibrium. You can consider it as a breakaway gap as well, right? So you want breakaway gaps just to remain untouched. I'm gonna hold my mouse here because as soon as we close below this, I have to cancel the trade. ES is just not giving us this. And the problem now is that we might just consolidate up until 10 to 11. Yeah, 10 to 11. What happens 10 to 11? 10 to 11. Every 10 minutes to an hour, the macro starts doing its job. Macro being just part of the algorithm, it feels like it, that starts pushing the market where it has to go. So this consolidation in a way is gonna be forgotten during the macro itself. Yeah. I don't have enough monitors, but if I remember it correctly, I had trades like this that failed more times than not in terms of what I see right now. Which, yeah, but I'm still in this. I can't lower the risk, neither with a sell stop move, neither with scaling down of the position. I'm just in this. 5 minutes, 4 minutes, 3, 2. That's literally last line of defense. So Arnes, let me know if my choices in terms of my explanation in terms of how I choose the inversions was good enough. And Edgar's, yeah, we have that order block. What we can take a look at is we trade through the 50% level or not. Yeah, we close below it. I don't like it even more. And you see I'm counting, right? I'm counting 1, counting 2, and I need the third one to be broken, which I get rid of my conviction. But I have 2 PD arrays that got broken, so third and I'm out. Yeah, I'm a few ticks below this, which is good. Yes, gonna do when it comes for you. Yes, yes. I don't know. By above, push downside, which is nice. But I'm not sure if we're gonna have enough energy today to push through there. So let's look for a more possible target. 15 minutes. Now I don't like it even more. I'm just talking to myself though. But we have a YouTube 2022 panning out. This taking place, right? But we have a YouTube 2022 here. But we still have to push to the upside for YouTube 2022 to pan out, right? So the macro will do its job, right? That I'm certain of. Which way? If I would know, I would make it a lot easier on me. I'm just thinking to myself, so I'm gonna say out loud also. I'm just thinking if I just take a loss and call it a day, or I should take a bigger loss and call it a day, or I should let it run. Considering this risk reward is just insane. One to four. Does this pan out more than 25% of the time? That is the golden question. And this brings me to the topic of data, right? We talked today a little bit about having rules, not having, which is helpful, but data purposes. I don't have that data in front of me. It will just take me a while. But I would like to have data on a setup which is no SMT, inversion, you enter because of V formation that you trust, and that V formation for value gap gets filled fully. How many times does this hold out of 100 and how many times it doesn't? If it holds at least 26 times out of 100, my risk to reward 1 to 4 is profitable. You understand what I'm saying? This loss just puts the account into a difficult situation though. This is a 50k account. This is the 50k account that I'm trading on. I'm pushing the orders onwards, right? So as this puts me at 75% of drawdown total, which is just not nice. Still thinking. So the PD arrays didn't break, right? This is a rule I have. Nobody talks about actually. This is a rule of counting to 3. Maybe somebody talks, maybe they don't, but it's time to start trading micros. No, thank you. Why? You saw yourself. Macros are fake products that are manipulated. No, thank you. I'd rather trade forex. But yeah, so what I was talking about the rule that I have, I always talk about 3 PD arrays to be broken to kind of you can draw on mini but trade on micros. That's too much. Just I'm missing 2 more monitors, you know. But yeah, but I always have a rule where I wait for 3 PD arrays to be broken for a shift of structure to actually happen. PD array number 1 for value gap / inversion, not broken. PD array order block, not broken, but I usually want if equilibrium of order block to remain open, so that was broken. So 1 value gap, wanted to see the holding in the price broken. So 2, it failed to break 3, thus I'm in a trade, but I don't want it to go much lower than this. There's literally no reason. There's no orders to pick up. There's nothing to do down here. So let me do this. 20 handles. I will go mad if I get tagged on this 290. I will go proper mad if I get tagged here. But I have to risk lowered, so Draw and manipulate trade with micros. I understand. It's smart, man. It's smart to do it. And poof. The fuck? Did you see how long it took them to close my position? Those fucker. Oh god damn it, I hate stuff like this. So my stop what? How badly did it? Oh my god. This is insane. Annoying. Very annoying. I very much hate when stuff happens. When they literally don't allow you to get out of a position that you're supposed to be allowed to get out of. That sounded, but I understood what I was trying to say. This bum bum. Let's see if we get SMTs. If SMTs happen, it's lovely. It will be incredibly high probability buys then. But these for I'm down. What is it? 1.2% though. I'm down. So, sunset taken. We are so far going to do that on ES, which is good. How random is it that 10:51 market started to move, huh? What I did just talk about. 10 minutes to an hour. Macro starts kicking in, dude. Guess what happened? Here we go. Okay. So I'm not interested in going short here. It's just not smart, simply put. Not smart. So we are having an SMT. Now what I don't like here, look how many fair value gaps running lower, right? Bum, bum, bum. On paper, you want to see a single fair value gap, right? On paper, you want. It would be nice to have just a single fair value gap broken. Four minutes. Two. Second attempt. And will be done for the day if this fails. So why could this fail right away? Very, very, very simple reason. A probability setup doesn't exist when you have three fair value gaps like this. You need one fair value gap. Right. You need one fair value gap to exist only in this price run for it to be a very nice inversion. Right? But I'm literally just trusting this one for now. No other explanation. Because it's the closest one. Yeah, you can use 3 minutes easily. 3 minutes is very nice. Yeah. But then the risk will be, good luck to deal with that, right? The risk will be insane then. I'm gonna go risk-free very soon as well. I think this is a setup that that Ryan always trades. He loves these. I think this is his like a plus setup. This is his best setup that he could take. Right? Oh, we are. Like 4 minutes, Edgaras. Watch 4 minutes. 4 minutes looks even better. Mm. If this opens up, risk-free. Four minutes looks very interesting. Watch 4 minutes. I would say. And it's 11. 11 usually is the time when I stop looking for entries. Especially when I'm here because it's late, but okay, let's know that 4 minutes for value gap. Would be cool to trade above it in the next 3 minutes. So we're breaking even for the day. So this react that. Buy side here, partials taken off. No, I'm just gonna stick to this. If we go below this next 2 minutes, if we close below this in next 2 minutes, I'm just gonna close the position. Otherwise, I'm good. We have that 1 hour inversion though on ES. Consider that. Okay, keep that in mind. And we need one more candle to print. All right. Yeah. We need one more candle to print. We have an SMT and I'm closing the trade. So what just happened, right? Very simply, sell side taken, first fair value gap that gets inverted. After that, usually allows the market to retrace. Usually, keyword. Why I just closed the trade though is because I'm in a big loss today. I was 1.2% in a loss for the day, and I want to get out of the drawdown first. Don't when I'm in a situation like this, I don't care about profits. All I want to do is I want to get out of a drawdown situation, like create it to myself. I have an SMT, initial indication that the market might be making a turn. I'm not interested in any retracements. I'm literally just closing the position, letting it go, and having a profitable day of what is it, $322.6 on the fake demo account of Apex Evaluation. So, guys, thank you for having me. Thank you for being with me. I very much appreciate your time. I appreciate you all. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and I hope to see you next time, which is tomorrow, same time as always. Watch those buy stops resting above, dude. This might be very, very juicy. So enjoy your time, have fun, and see you tomorrow, guys. Bye.